Hello and welcome to the Nacho Average Daire podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Daire. Today is May 13th, 2021. Uh, I was very hesitant on jumping on here tonight to do anything, but in light of current events, I figured I couldn't help but get on. So here we are. Yeah, it is a lot of crazy, awesome things going on in the world. There's a lot of crazy bad things going on in the world. So here we go. This is going to be the news. Uh, you could choose to do whatever you'd like, but my top Google News says McDonald's is raising hourly wages for 36,500 employees across the U.S. NASA's Perseverance rover captures audio of fourth Ingenuity helicopter flight on Mars. So, for anyone that's been following that at all, uh, Perseverance is the SUV-sized rover that we have up on Mars in the one crater, JPL, I think. Um, I guess I can look it up while I'm talking about it. But so uh, Perseverance landing was on February 18th, 2021. It was formerly called Mars 2020, but so the touchdown was on February 18th, 21. If you have been on YouTube at all and you have not watched Perseverance land or like the whole video from NASA, it is so amazing as a human being to appreciate what the other human beings are able to do scientifically. So if you have not watched that, I would look it up on YouTube. Um, and so part of Perseverance was Ingenuity, which is a 4-pound helicopter, basically a little Android helicopter that was designed to fly on Mars. Yeah, that's correct. Mars, the planet. The Mars planet. Um, So obviously, they have different weather conditions than we have. They have a different gravitational pull, many variables, and humans are so smart that they are able to figure out how to take a helicopter that's made here on Earth, and they were able to make it be able to lift itself up off the ground, propel itself off the ground, and to fly around. Not only that, but it's with the latest technologies. So it's got audio, video on Perseverance. It's got lots of cameras on Ingenuity as well. It's amazing. Let me see what I can pull up the information. Ingenuity, Ingenuity, and Perseverance. Ingenuity helicopter. So, um, let's see here. It says Ingenuity is a small robotic solar helicopter operating on Mars as part of NASA's Mars 2020 mission. On April 19th, um, it successfully completed its first powered, controlled flight by an aircraft on a planet besides Earth, taking off vertically, hovering, and landing. That's amazing. That's something to be proud of right there. Just saying. All right. So it's done 5 flights as of today. Most latest flight was May 7th. Um, JPL. So that's Jet Propulsion Laboratories, the manufacturer of it. Okay, and then the crater on Mars, crater where uh, Perseverance, crater Perseverance is Jezero Crater. Yeah, so that's the answer to that portion there. That is the landing site. So one more time, I will say it: Jezero Crater, for anyone that's interested in checking that out. It's amazing. Humans are amazing. Just even if you don't think so out there, that's fine. But I think they're amazing. All right. Next news: Sidney Crosby cherishes latest chance of Stanley Cup run with the Penguins. So for anyone that's been following the hockey, NHL 2021 playoffs schedule. If you caught my last podcast, I was talking about the Robin Lehner situation, and I wanted to bring that back up real briefly, but I'll get to the Vegas Golden Knights here momentarily. So right now we are looking at the NHL 2021 playoff schedule. It is slated for Saturday, May 15th, 7:15 between the Boston Bruins and the Capitals. So you got what's his name from the Bruins, Marchand or whatever, and then you got Ovechkin and Tom Wilson, whatever. I guess everybody's got to do their thing, and maybe that's what he decided his thing is, but. I think it'd be hard to sleep at night if I was that guy. But that's just me. So we're looking at Sunday, May 16th is the first game between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Islanders for round one of the playoffs. That's pretty amazing. Let me show some more here. Because not going to be able to do all the teams until after, I think, Winnipeg or one of those guys finishes all their regular games. Wow. Yeah, it's really going to be weird to tell. So, standings, we're looking at the Central Division. You're looking at the Hurricanes, which is Carolina, I believe. Carolina Hurricanes. The Florida Panthers, the Lightning, and the Predators. So Hurricanes got 80 points, Panthers got 79, so it was really close to clinch that. And the Lightning are usually doing really well. They did well last season and the season before. And then the Predators, it's been a few years since they've been a real contender, honestly, in my opinion. But so that's the Central Division. Then in the East Division, you're looking at the Penguins with 77 points. The Capitals also with 77 points, but they lost to the Penguins because this year they instituted a new way to determine who would be in first place if there was a tie. Then it would be by regular wins. But since the Capitals ended up winning their last game, then it tied it with Pittsburgh again. Then it goes to regular wins plus overtime wins. So that way Pittsburgh ended up, taking first seat in their division, which is the East Division. So then underneath them, you're looking at Boston Bruins with 73 points, and then you got the New York Islanders underneath them with 71. It's going to be an interesting matchup, in my opinion. Let's see here. So I'm trying to determine. Okay, so they must be going by the number one. Okay. So in the West Division, we're looking at Vegas Golden Knights at 82 points. Colorado Avalanche, who just beat Vegas the other day, unfortunately, but they had 80 points. The Minnesota Wild, they proved, watching them play, like they proved that you can't really count your chickens for the hatch, because people, when they have something to fight for, they are going to fight and they're going to fight hard, and they most definitely did. And then underneath them, you're looking at the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues, they're a contender. They're a Stanley Cup contender. They just, I'm not sure what happened to them this season because I didn't really pay attention to many of their stats. But moving forward, next season, I'm probably going to try and do that. I also want to do some more streams and things like that. I know I've talked about them in the past. But now I'm getting to a point where I'm more comfortable streaming and things like that. Watching the games, and I might do some play-by-plays. If there's any game that is going to be on playoff games that is going to be on, maybe I'll try and watch a game or even like a period of a game and talk about it or just review the game. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about doing podcasts or if I'm going to try different ones and different types. I'm just having fun, living my best life, so dare with me. Anyways, so that's your West Division. So now we're going to look at the North Division. We got the Toronto Maple Leafs. They got 77 points. The second place, they got the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Edmonton Oilers, they are such a force, but I'm very leery when it comes to them because they have Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is an amazing hockey player sensation, if you will, who used to play here in our local area for the Otters. Which was disappointing when I found out, and I could have went and watched games, and I never did because I didn't really follow hockey then at all. So Connor McDavid, I think it's like 93 points on the season or something the other night. I think that is amazing, and actually I'll look up some of their stats here in a second because I am curious. So then you have the Jets. And then you have the Canadians. The Jets have 61 points. The Canadians have 59. So we're looking at quite a matchup in all the different divisions. Let's see here. Yahoo Sports posted this here. I'm gonna go ahead and skim through it as I'm talking, and I'll see you. Let's see here. So according to NBC Sports Boston, everything that you need to know about the NHL 2021 playoffs is the Caps and the Bruins will be hosting, or the Caps will be hosting the Bruins in Game 1 of their 7-game matchup this Saturday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC Sports. That is actually very awesome because right now I don't think I have anything going on this Saturday. So since I don't have anything going on, I'm going to probably watch it. Bang. Maybe I'll get on here and I'll watch the game, and I'll stream it on Twitch, and that not the game itself, but me listening to it and having a conversation and being a part of it. Yeah, I think we'll do that this weekend. If I am feeling much better. I did get pretty sick here the last few days, and I'll tell you about that here shortly. So yeah, let's see, Edmonton Oilers, who I think is very awesome that they have Connor McDavid, who is from this area. I didn't get to watch any of that, but I know he's an amazing player. Then we're looking at Penguins. Latest Penguins news that I've been following is that sorry about that. Is that Maxime, I'm gonna have to see how to pronounce his name correctly. Legacy or Legacy or something like that. Maxime, Maxime. Again, not trying to pronounce it incorrectly. I just don't know how to. Let's see here. From Quebec, the major hockey league. He played his first NHL game the other night against the Buffalo Sabres, and he got 29 saves. I believe was the actor was the ended up being the number, and it was his first shutout as a Penguin. See this. So it says that Mr. Game 56. Yeah. So Tristan Jarry and Casey DeSmith were both injured, which are the goalies for Pittsburgh, and the Penguins turned to 28. Minder, Maxime Legacy, and yeah, it's pretty awesome that they said he was very comfortable, and he ended up doing an awesome job. It's amazing. Love seeing hockey. Love watching that. And then Vegas. Back to Robin Leonard. What I was saying earlier is that he was making a thing about being stuck, basically in isolation, and I guess part of me was being insensitive to him in this situation, because I feel that once you're that type of a caliber of a player, professional player of any sport, you should be focusing on the sport. But as a human being, you can't always do that. And I also understand that. And I am glad that the NHL are going to be loosening the restrictions, or some of the restrictions and guidelines that they do have in place for the NHL. To make it to where people can, feel like people. They're not feeling like they're stuck, feeling like slaves, and like they can't go out and, I wasn't thinking in the light of like those guys going to play hockey or play golf with their fellow teammates and stuff, and you figured they were all kind of like in a little area and they're all kind of together. And I imagine after a while that would probably get overwhelming to just be stuck if you were in, like, let's say like a condo complex, if you will, or some type of a hotel of that. I'm sure they would be nice. It would be more accommodating than a regular studio apartment, but it would have not a whole lot. So you would get very familiar with seeing the same people all the time, and I could see where that would be. If that's the way that they did it, that would be overwhelming. As any human being, normal human being. But if they didn't, and they were just going home to their own homes, and which is, I believe, how they're doing their quote unquote bubble, is that they would leave practices and games and they would go home and they would spend time with next to no one and their families. So the NHL is loosening the restrictions, which I think is really awesome. Exploit. Respawn disables Valkyrie update. So this is about the video game Apex Legends. Respawn disables Valkyrie in the firing range after kill farming exploit. Apparently, people, they just always somehow find a way to go into a game and they just take away all of the fun out of it somehow. That's what makes this training. Okay, so basically they figured out a glitch that Valkyrie in the firing range made statistics in training grounds, and they counted in their normal matches. The legend is available to play in both Battle Royale and arenas. However, the stats-related exploit allowed squads to enter the firing range, turn on friendly fire, and farm kills or damage with the new legend. Players could also reportedly abuse it to achieve hits with her muscle swarm. Again, how they figure these things out is beyond me. I'm not sure how they do that. If they just try it, literally everything, and you have a bunch of people swarming through a game, farming them for Easter eggs and all that stuff. It's just crazy. But I guess if you don't have really anything else that you got to do, just spending all your time playing the game, you probably just try anything and everything just to occupy your time. So kudos to them for finding a way to enjoy themselves and pass time. Um, yeah. So today's biggest news, if I can find it here on my, um, I'm gonna pull up my actual Google News because I'm able to do this with like my Google app, but I find actually using the Google News app, I haven't been persuaded that it's the best news app out there yet. I will say that I have tried CBS News, and I like CBS News, except for I feel that to it's awesome. It has live news pretty much all the time, all the time, all the time that you can go. Um, I think it's defaulted to like Boston's or one of them, but like there's it just goes by the next biggest town to you, I guess. And so I was just checking this here. So CBS is real cool, and sorry. Uh, Bam. Anyways, so I've tried the CBS app and I do like it for what it's worth. But I feel that navigating through it doesn't seem like the best experience. So right now I'm trying Google News. If anyone out there has a news app that I really enjoy being able to see my local news and as a part of my major news. I really liked MSN's news app because you could really tailor make it to yourself. But the live wasn't very enjoyable. And then same with what's it called? New Smart News or no? What was that called? Flipboard. Flipboard was okay, but the navigation on that one is really dorky, and it's very frustrating for me because you're like trying to swipe and tap and scroll. Like, I don't want a TikTok. Like, I don't want a TikTok. I don't want to do it because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to do it. I know some people that do it, and I don't really get to see them often because they're constantly TikTok and not making them, but watching them. But I do like to follow news a lot more than I did as a younger man. So, if anyone has any news apps out there that they would like to, maybe suggest for me to maybe try, if they feel that it's better than this Google News, cool. Main headline, number one headline right now today is the CDC, which is the Center for, everybody knows what CDC is. So the CDC says people fully vaccinated against COVID-19 can shed masks in most indoor settings. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says people who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 can ditch the mask for the most part, and social distancing in most indoor situations. So today, everyone's fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing. If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic. All right, so in the whole reference to that, I'm going to read this paragraph. Today, CDC is updating our guidance for fully vaccinated people. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said Thursday at a White House COVID-19 briefing. Anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing. If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic. So that was straight from the source of the CDC. Um, says if anybody develops any types of symptoms, they should mask up and get tested. Um, it says that she also warned that there can always be a chance the pandemic can worsen, and the nation may have to return to masking. But as of right now, they do not have to. They said they're leaving it up to local state governments to make that decision. Um, Here in Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf, he's went ahead and supports it. So I think that's very awesome. Social distancing, indoor mitigations, and things like that legally change in a few days, and then Pennsylvania goes to um, no social distancing and whatever um, Memorial Day. But that's all going to change now, and I'll keep you guys informed on that and how that changes, and where we go as a state from there. It's going to be interesting and great um, for anyone out there. Something really big in the news right now is in Israel. The military says that Israelis military says air and ground forces are attacking Gaza. So basically, there's been this. Here, let me ask my friend Google here. Come on. What is the. So, it says that in Jerusalem, I believe I've read some of this the other day, but the worst violence in years continued to rattle Israel and Gaza Strip on Thursday, according to an article on the Washington Post. Said that there's riots and many fights are between the Jewish and the Arab Israelis. It has not been good. They've been shooting rockets at each other and stuff like that. It says the clashes and demonstrations amid rising tensions in Jerusalem. On Monday morning, hundreds of Palestinians were injured in a police raid on Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem, one of the holiest cities in Islam. Um, they're shooting rockets at each other because, to my understanding, that there's like a small section of the city that was taken in by force from them, and now they want it back. Either way, it's just wild that these things are real out there that we don't really pay attention to most of the time, and it's kind of silly for us not to. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for what's going on in the news today. Um, yeah, been really diving down the rabbit hole this week of not many things. I ended up not feeling very good for a couple of days and stayed home and rested and haven't really been online. So I was very hesitant on getting on here tonight to do this podcast. But because of the CDC changing their guidelines, I thought it was very amazing news. And I thought it would be worth getting on here and sharing it with everyone and talking to you guys about these cool things that are going on in our world right now. Because let's face it, being a human being is pretty awesome. It comes with its own challenges, but all we can do is make the best of it and see just how amazing other human beings are. Um, I know I will not be streaming at all for anyone that's going to check out this video tonight. I will not be posting anything for tomorrow night, but maybe on Saturday, the 15th. I don't think I have much going on. Maybe I'll get on and I'll stream something with you guys that we can post on Twitch and we can post on YouTube and get to enjoy watching, just to look at life and see how wonderful and beautiful it can be. Um, yeah, I'm at day 4 of getting back off of the nicotine train. Today I thought I was gonna definitely bud and but nope, I held strong. And that's another reason why I want to do this podcast tonight, is because if I can do it, I know everyone else out there can do it too. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be able to sit here and talk to you. Very thankful to have you, taking time out of your day to spend it listening to me gab about a whole lot of nothing. So, with that being said, Saturday, in 2 days from today, check out twitch.tv/Sprangborough. That's where you'll find me streaming all the time. Stay happy, stay healthy, and don't be afraid to live your best life. And as always, deuces.